What's up, everybody? This is Hemi from Ashcom Airsoft here again with another tech tip video. Here we're going over the Gas Blowback M4 open bolt version 2 mag. A lot of people have been unhappy with this mag because it starts leaking pretty fast. You got a couple different areas where it's going to leak. You're going to leak from either your plunger or your ejection port, your fill port, or where most of them are going to leak. Pull the little back screw off here. Remove the metal body just by pushing it out by hand, like so. It's got a back strap plate across here with 4 machine screws in here. Poor design. Almost every mag that I've bought and every mag that my team has bought has leaked from this back area here. It has a rectangle seal underneath here that almost leaks after a couple months of use. Before you try to repair any of the mag, go through and make sure that these screws are tight. You don't want to over tighten them, just make sure they're snug. Just like so. Now, a real easy way to test, to find out where your mag is leaking, is to take a jug of water, bucket of water, something, fill your mag up, hear it leaking, throw it in the water. That's going to show you exactly where your leak is coming from. So I got a leak back here at the bottom of the mag, and then I got a leak in like almost 2 or 3 inches of the mag up here. Okay? The water's not going to hurt your mag. All mechanical, no big deal. Take something, dry it off, get the excess water off. Just like so. So obviously, this mag is leaking almost through this entire bag strap. I had a major leak up here and a little bit of a leak back here. Again, it's a poor design. You're always going to have an issue with it. Instead of spending another $40 to buy a mag, we're going to go ahead and go over on how to repair it. I'm going to pull these 4 machine screws out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to back them out just a little bit, just so I know they're not over tightened or they're not stripped or anything like that. Again, we're trying to save the mag. Then I'm going to cheat it a little bit and back them out with the drill. Just make sure you don't overdo anything. I'm trying to be soft and delicate here. Just like so. Now that's only for loosening these screws. You do not want to reapply using the drill when you're tightening them back up. Now sometimes these are on pretty good, even though the thing's leaking. You might have to tap them around a little bit just to get it to loosen up. And there it goes. So the inside of your mag, nothing to it. You see the 4 cast screw holes there, threaded screw holes. Inside of that was your rectangle seal. A lot of people call this an O-ring. It's not an O-ring, it's a seal. You're going to check for damage. So I know I had leaks on both ends of the mag. The seal looks pretty good, except for that area right here. These can be replaced. The best place that I found, the cheapest place that I found, is on airsoftbuddy.com. They're about $1.50, or you can find them on Evite for about $7. Either way, they're available. You can find them. But in this vid, we're going to try to repair it and fix it. Basically what I'm using is a Form A gasket sealant. Basically, this is a high pressure sealant, and it's not affected by oils or gas or anything like that. You have to make sure that you buy the right stuff. If you buy something that's made for like your car engine's, oil pan, it's not going to work, because this gas will turn it back to liquid and your mag will instantly leak and you'll have a big mess. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take our O-ring and we're going to clean it. Just wipe it down as best you can. Be thorough, check out what you're doing. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of this gasket maker and we're going to just apply just a little bit on there. Okay, rub it down. Some people use a jelly silicone, almost like a gun lube silicone, but that to me is not a permanent fix. This, once applied fully, will be a permanent fix. You should not have a problem with the mag again if you do it correctly. So make sure you cover the entire gasket. You don't want to have any light spots. You don't want to have any too heavy spots either. So cover the entire rectangle seal. This stuff is pretty tacky. It wants to set pretty quick. Once I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reinsert back onto the back strap. Now it's critical you make sure that it's sealed. It's seated completely. And again, this stuff is pretty tacky, so that's pretty easy to do. So just make sure it gets all the way into position. Make sure you don't have it any irregular spots. Okay? Just like so. Now stuff wants to tack up pretty quick. You don't want to have too much excess on here. If it falls into the mag, it can either clog your fill port or clog your injection port. And we do not want that to happen. Your mag will be, you will be replacing more parts at that point. And already I'm doing it backwards. There we go. Get it in, make sure your gasket's set right. Squeeze it on there pretty good. Start your screws by hand, but first apply a little bit of the gasket maker onto the O-ring of the screws. Again, start them by hand. It does make a little bit of a mess, but not that big of a deal. It's all inside the mag. As long as your mag works, who cares? Regular thread, so righty-tighty. This takes a little bit. They are machine screws, so they're a real fine thread. Get them in, don't tighten them yet. Just get them in and get them a little bit snug. Takes a little bit. While I'm doing this, everybody check out mashcomairsoft.com. We got new stuff every day, new videos almost every day. We got some new apps coming out. Check it out, www.mashcomairsoft.com. Check it out. Alright, almost done here. So like I said, get them snug. You don't want to tighten them one at a time. You want to almost give them an even spread across of tightness. That way you don't overpress and underpress the rectangle seal in different areas. So this gasket maker, you can buy at any of the auto parts stores or you know, Ace Hardware, stuff like that. Just make sure it's compatible with oils and gas. Now these machine screws will take a pretty good load. You're not going to strip out the threads too easily. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be using a drill or nothing, but hand tight, pretty tight, works pretty good. Okay, you should see a little bit of a squeeze out of the gasket material outside the flange there. Wipe that down, get it off. If you want to use a cleaner when you're done, a chem tool, carb cleaner, something like that, will clean that stuff right off. Okay, there you go. Now that I've made a mess, save $40 right there. Who cares about the mess, right? Voila. Now you can let it set up and dry for, I would say, about an hour at the most. You don't need to let it set overnight or nothing like that. Just give it about an hour and mag will be good. And I'll finish putting the mag together here in a minute. Alright, now that your mag is dried, look and make sure that your sill surface between the flange of the back strap and the flange of your mag is free. Make sure there's nothing protruding out, like your rectangle seal, anything like that. Okay, you can test it before you put your housing on. Okay, no leak, looks good. If you want to make sure, you can throw it back in the water. Make sure you get no bubbles. Okay. Drain your mag out really good. Again, water's not going to really hurt it. If anything, you know, you're cleaning it. Dry it off really nice. Okay. Now you know your mag is good. You make sure your empty mag catch here is back in place on top of the BB guide spring. Slide it back in by hand. Put your screw back in on the back side of this by your fill port. Make sure not to over tighten that, or you will strip it and you will have issues with your mag locking in place after a while. Okay, just snug, not too tight. Voila, no leak, everything's good. Just save $40. Hemi from Ashcon. See you guys soon.